For nearly 3 years, while Europe was drowning in blood, America stood still. Millions fought in the mud of the Western Front, but the United States watched from across the ocean. Why? Why did a rising superpower wait so long to step into the deadliest war the world had ever seen? This is the story of how neutrality, politics, and a series of fateful events pushed America from the sidelines, straight into the inferno of World War I. In 1914, the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand triggered a chain reaction, plunging Europe into war. President Woodrow Wilson declared strict neutrality. The United States must be neutral in fact as well as in name, he said. Most Americans agreed. This was Europe's war, not theirs. The nation focused on domestic growth, industry, and a young democracy still finding its place in the world. There were also deep divisions at home. German Americans, Irish Americans, and other immigrant groups did not want the U.S. picking sides. Wilson carefully walked a tightrope, balancing ideology with politics and public opinion. Neutrality was easier said than done. American factories were booming, supplying Britain and France with weapons, food, and loans. The U.S. was becoming the arsenal of the Allies, even while claiming neutrality. But then came the terror of submarine warfare. German U-boats targeted ships supplying the Allies. And in May 1915, disaster struck. The RMS Lusitania was sunk, killing 1,198 people, including 128 Americans. The American public was furious, but Wilson still resisted war. He wanted peace. He famously said, "There is such a thing as a man being too proud to fight. There is such a thing as a nation being so right that it does not need to convince others by force that it is right." For the next 2 years, Wilson tried diplomacy. He pushed for peace between the Allies and Central Powers and won re-election in 1916 with the campaign slogan, "He kept us out of war." But Europe's chaos was intensifying, and Germany's strategies were changing. By early 1917, Germany declared unrestricted submarine warfare. Any ship near Britain could be sunk, neutral or not. And then, the Zimmermann telegram surfaced. Germany secretly offered Mexico U.S. territory, Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, if it joined the war on Germany's side. When the message became public, American outrage erupted. A distant war suddenly felt dangerously close. On April 2, 1917, Wilson addressed Congress. The world must be made safe for democracy. 4 days later, the U.S. officially declared war on Germany. Millions of American soldiers would mobilize, fresh, determined, and ready to tip the balance on the Western Front. America's late entry wasn't cowardice. It was strategy, politics, and a long tradition of neutrality. But when it arrived, the U.S. reshaped the war, boosting morale, providing massive resources, and helping push Germany toward defeat in 1918. Wilson envisioned a lasting peace, the League of Nations, though ironically, the U.S. itself didn't join. The war transformed the U.S. into a global power, altering its role in the world forever. America didn't rush into World War I. It was dragged, worrying step by step, by events that tested its ideals, economy, and identity. By April 1917, the United States crossed the ocean to join a war that would change the world and its own future forever.